Yeah.
little fire. The pig is cooking, and they have to fight in front of the roasting pig. And then the family is all back there doing the haka.
Uh huh. Well, I'm pretty sure we'll be unanimous with the Jey Uso segment. Jay comes out, and they actually what Jay? They be in the crowd, and he kind of works with them. He's talking about me and Jimmy. What? Went to the store. What? Always
Yeah.
separated, inseparable. What? It was always me. What? It was always Jimmy. What? We were always together. What? So yeah, so he talks about how close they were, and then he says that he respects the culture, he respects his family, he respects where he came from, he respects all of that. But he says when it comes to Roman Reigns, I'm disrespecting all of you, which I thought was he's got some good lines.
Yeah. Tribal of the tribal chief. Well, I'm the judge, the jury, and the executioner. That was a great line. I don't even
Uh-huh.
think we mentioned it.
I think it's interesting how the Samoans play the urban character better than the urban guys. They
Well,
might
we'll have to talk about that
okay,
later.
because I mean they don't have the solo cups and they're not like fucking weird with it.
I mean, Jay had a grill.
Yeah, he's not doing the grill with the braids and the basketball jersey, and he just
Not
has a
yet.
basketball. He's dribbling while he's doing a promo. Well, I'm gonna kick his ass in SummerSlam, but let me get this 3-pointer right quick.
Not yet. But he does got to get Roman Reigns.
But yeah, and he says shit like that, and it's the delivery is very New Jack City. I like it. I'm not shitting on it. Moving on, anyway. So Jay says he's going to spank Solo, and then he says you're looking at the real head of the table. His name is Main Event Jey Uso. So then Solo and Heyman come out. Heyman says that Solo is there only to enforce the peace. Heyman says that Roman and Jay will be face to face next week to go over the rules of engagement, because of course they have to call it something stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't quite know what that means, but it. I like that they're playing like in this family we have like these bylaws you have to go by, and
Right.
next week we're going to discuss those bylaws. Like, oh, you'll have your competitive match, but you have to play by the bylaws of the Samoan family. And then I hope they do something like outlandish, like if they're gonna do it, like just go like extreme with it. They have to come out and they got like body paint and they're rushing in like a pig slop. I don't know why pig slop. That's probably racist.
Or they have a second that puts like their hand in pig blood and put it on their faces.
Yeah, they
Okay.
got the
Yeah.
pig roasting on the background.
Yeah.
Little fire. The pig is cooking, and they have to fight in front of the roasting pig. And then the family is all back there doing the haka.
Uh huh. What the fuck?
The whole time they had to do that. Oh, oh.
So you have the roasting pig in the middle of the ring, and there's a fire around the ring, and the entire Samoan family is doing the haka.
Yeah,
Okay.
all while they're fighting,
While they're fighting with
and then
pig
they go
blood
like
paint.
yeah, and then they go like full Black Panther. They each have to drink the serum, which I don't know, which is obviously pig's blood. Okay.
All right. So Heyman says the way that Jay displays his anger is more and more like a tribal chief. Solo doesn't say anything. He's like, "You're right, Solo." So Heyman tells Jay that what happened to Jimmy was his fault, and he then screams to Jimmy, "Jimmy, if you can hear me, it's your favorite Juso." Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said.
"You're in the hospital right now because of Jay."
He was in the what?
Hospital?
Yeah,
Oh,
but Vince
instead of
McMahon.
medical facility.
Yeah, but Vince McMahon's in charge, so
Yeah.
where's the community on that one?
Heyman says, "I don't know how Jimmy will ever forgive you, but your parents won't. I won't. Roman Reigns won't." And Solo, he asks for the mic, calmly walks over to Jay. He says, "What happened to Jimmy? That's on you. I'll never forgive you either." So then Jay slugs Solo, and they just start fighting. Then Jay super kicks Solo, and he turns his sights on Heyman. Heyman is groveling. And it's really sad that as slow as Jay was walking, Heyman cannot get out of the ring fast enough.
Oh, he was scared. He
Okay.
was stuck.
Sure he was. It was fear. So then Solo attacks before Jay can strike, and Solo goes for a spike, and Jay gets the advantage, and he ends up. Did he toss Solo out of the ring?
I don't remember. We'll go with that.
Okay. So then at some point, Heyman comes in with a chair, and Jay turns around and super kicks him. And that gets a huge pop because Heyman rarely gets touched, which
Yep.
is a which is an old school manager heel heat thing. And it's great. And Heyman's twitching. He sells it great. And then Jey turns and dives onto Solo from outside the ring. And I thought, holy fuck, was this great. Then after that, Jey comes back into the ring, and he's going to hit Heyman with the chair, but Solo runs in, and he takes the chair shot for Heyman. Now you have Jey dominating the Enforcer, the baddest Samoan in the bloodline.
Well, it is his brother.
Yeah. But earlier, I mean, especially at the tag team match, that Solo was whooping both of their asses.
Yeah. But it's
so now,
it's like big brother thing.
But now, yeah, it makes that Roman match a little bit more interesting. They're definitely building Jey up right.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think this might be a classic. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you for sure that the story is going to be there in the match.
Yeah, of course.
Get your popcorn. Everybody online is like, oh, this is cinema. That's what the new buzzword is.
Do we think Jimmy's turning on Jey?
No. When?
At SummerSlam?
No. I think it's going to be a Solo interference. That's going to cost it. They did also say Jimmy's out for the foreseeable future.
Right.
So
can I throw this out there?
Go ahead.
So Roman and Jey, they have their match, right? Roman's on the verge of defeat, like he's been, multiple times. Solo comes in for the interference. Jey neutralizes him with a super kick. Heyman does something. Jey neutralizes him with a super kick. So now it's just him and Roman. He's got Roman. This is it. This is the end of the reign. So then Jimmy comes in. And he's looking at Roman. And you think that he wants to be there with Jey to celebrate the downfall of Roman Reigns. But then he turns and he super kicks Jey. And you later find out that he does indeed blame Jey for being in the fucking hospital. Roman's words got to him.
I mean, that would be a nice little twist. I don't know how else to put this, but, Jey is a little bit ahead of Jimmy, so it would give Jimmy a little bit more if you do that.
Well, that way that gets you a line to the Usos at WrestleMania.
Like one-on-one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then that strengthens the bloodline, that carries on that story.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Just throwing that out there.
I could definitely see that happening. But I think it'll be Solo that costs the match.
Okay. It might not happen exactly how I say it, but I do think Jimmy will be involved somehow.
Yeah.
And I think he will cost Jey the match. But I could be wrong. Could be Solo too.